All right, strong friends, this is for us today, okay? And I kind of just been having like so much so the realization lately that you don't always have to be strong. You don't always have to keep it together for everybody else. And who told you that you had to? Who? It's okay, to cry. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel depressed sometimes. It's okay not to be okay. It's a saying or a phrase that be like, make sure you check on your strong friends. But strong friends, are you letting people know that you need them? Now, this is my own realization, right? So I can't speak for everybody, but I know that a lot of time I give off the perception that everything is okay. A natural part of my personality is a little bit detached, right? Of course, you gotta have balance and all of that, but the fact is, a natural part of my personality is to be a little bit detached. Most times when I am going through something, I don't crave to be around people. I really crave solitude, right? I remember when I was like 10 or 11 and my grandmother passed away, and I just remember feeling like if everybody's crying, I gotta be the one to keep it together. Like we all can't be in here crying. Who told me that that was my responsibility? Who told me that I had to keep it together for everybody as a kid? Nobody's expecting anything from me, but who told me that that is what I needed to do, right? I remember being in labor and everybody was so amazed at how calm I was to be at 6 centimeters dilated, so much so that I had to ask them for a wheelchair so I don't have to walk myself back here and have these contractions. And I just remember saying to myself, don't break down in front of these people. Now, I use them two examples to say these are situations where people expect you to be a certain type of way. It's not going to be out of place. It's not going to be out of the ordinary. And I still just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I'm usually pretty reserved and pretty controlled with my demeanor. But, I mean, anybody who had a baby understand how contractions feel. I would be upset and angry at people for not recognizing that I needed them when I wasn't given any indication that I did. When you are too afraid to show people where the weak spots are, nobody knows where you need to be built up at. Nobody knows how you feel. But vulnerability is a huge deal to me. And I don't know why I put that responsibility on myself to just always have it together. And I pride myself on always having it together. But that's just not true and it's not reality, I would make attempts to open up to people, my friends, and they wouldn't realize that that was my attempt at opening up because it would be something small, right? And then I felt like they weren't receptive to what I was saying. I just didn't say shit, right? I would just shut that down altogether and I would never try again. We can still be friends, but I just would never try to talk again. And that's trash. Nobody's a mind reader, Nobody knows how you're feeling until you say something. And essentially that's me putting my trauma and how I feel on everybody else, and that's really not fair. Now, I always say you can't pour from an empty cup, but I'm also a firm believer in filling up your own cup. But let people pour into you also the way that you pour into them. Yeah, so that's it. That's the message. Excuse I don't even know what you call this. I was watching the One Love video, so I'm channeling my inner Rita Marley. No, I'm about to go work out.